Cause
It all, don't give a shit anymore. Fuck it all, flip the table, screw you all.
That's what your song to start this thing with.
Oh, no, we're live.
it's good if people can see it. It's good. It's a show. So
Design. Got it.
there you go.
We're back live.
But that shouldn't be the fucking fix.
I'm gonna mute us though. Coming at you live, WNBC.
WNBC. How you doing, Mo?
Yo, what's going on, man?
So, brother, it's so funny because every single week this shit is a struggle. But thanks to my brother, school, June, whatever, my youth, he got us going, rocking with a new interface, and we're going live, and it's awesome tonight. How was your week, bro? I don't have my phone. Bro, can you hand me my phone in the back of you?
Where's my drink?
I don't know. But we're just disgruntled and disserviced or whatever. But these mics sound awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So we sound good.
Fact.
And
I'm finally happy about the audio.
yeah, the audio is awesome. And thank you. So how was your week, bro?
Yo, my week, my week was okay. You know, I pretty much, we went out for lunch. Me and Brooke, we went to what was the place called, Brooke?
Laney's Cafe in Colony.
Yo, Laney's Cafe.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's
that
dope
shit
spot.
was so good.
Not for sure.
Yeah, it was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I took the dogs for we went to Colony. We went to this park in Colony. I can't even remember the name of the park.
The Crossings.
The Crossings.
Yeah.
We went to the Crossings. We thought we were gonna go to a food like a farmer's market, and the farmer's market wasn't even on. So we just took the dogs for a walk. And my dogs, as you know, I got little dogs. So my smallest dog, the Yorkie, his name is Buddy. He thought he ruled the whole place. So he was just running around barking at everything in sight. And he
Right.
thought he was a big dog, but he's a little dog. He only weighs like 3 pounds. I don't know what he thinks he's scaring.
For sure.
But but yeah, I mean, that was my week. What about yours?
My week was actually pretty dope. And my week usually doesn't start till Wednesday, but I had a consultation with a doctor yesterday about like my back surgery, and that was pretty intense, but it wasn't like the highlight. The highlight of my week was meeting a dude named Brian, right? And a good friend of mine, Michelle's husband, Michelle Vanessa, who might be on here, like her husband's named Brian. Like he was in the same community, but he had a podcast, and he's the one who actually got us a lot of this gear today, because he was just like, dude, I fuck with the creators, like whatever you need, just take it and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like just cool meeting someone like that. Besides Junior, who's my cousin, who hooked us up with a lot of this other stuff. And it always seems like I'm so far in, but not into what we have, but know what we need. And like to find people in the journey, that is an awesome part of what we do.
Yeah.
So not only do I look forward to this weekend with People of Video, but I'm just grateful for like the stem cell of people who just happen to be in the same space as us. And I like that. I love that shit, actually.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. So so as a lot of you know, me and Myles, we do a show every week, and we constantly, when you work with somebody, you constantly have conversations with them during the week. Now, me and Myles, we always have, like, if you think we talk heavy on the show, we talk heavy when we are on the phone, right? So there
Mo
was,
got the sound effects in front of him.
so
I think.
so did it work? Can y'all hear it? No.
Nah, Mike just gotta pick that shit up. Yeah, but go ahead.
So anyways, we were talking during the week, and Myles said we were talking about politics. Remember how we were talking about politics?
Yeah.
And so I want to know what Myles' take on Donald Trump is. Like, what is your? I know, like, I don't want to dive too deep in like the political part, but as a person,
I feel like Donald Trump is what you see as an American, right? I feel like as an American, our biggest thing that we want, being capitalists, regardless of how anybody feels, right, is Americans seek increase.
Okay.
Right? That's a word I can use that every American feels, right? And Donald Trump is the epitome of that.
Okay.
Okay? So when I'm saying we all seek increase, regardless, like most Americans don't care about their fellow man like they say, right? Like if you think that you care about your fellow man and it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you this for that, you would join the military.
Okay.
Right? But most people don't, right? Because only 1% of us do, right? That's why I call road, sons and daughters.
Right. Right.
But they don't, right? So those of us who do, who know what it is like to almost pay the ultimate sacrifice if we have to, that's why we'll call a patriot, right?
Okay.
But when you look at Donald Trump, that's our child. You know what I mean? When you have a child who doesn't understand what it means to pay the cost, that's what he is. But when you look at his politics, in actuality, it's what we all think of, right? So our sitting president, right?
Okay.
Who we serve,
Mm-hmm.
right? At one time, he said, "I put y'all back in chains." He said that, right?
Okay.
Now that could be something that could be taken out of turn, but he did say that. You see what I'm saying? Now, whatever Donald Trump said,
Bro, he said a lot of shit that was out of turn, Donald Trump.
like what? You
All right,
can't
so-
say nothing. Go ahead, talk heavy.
Nah, so like I think that Donald Trump, when he was talking about build a wall, and when he was talking about how one of my biggest thing was when he was talking about how people that are from Mexico, they're how did he put it? He said they were like they were criminals. He said people from Mexico they're coming over and they're criminals.
You can't quote
And
that. He said he might have said that. Like, no,
he
could,
said say something
okay,
that he
go
said.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you talk.
No, go ahead, because that's what you asked
So when he's saying like that, that's true for everybody, right? It's like saying like, yo, people from whatever is whatever. But when you talking about the base, again, I bring it to this. Most Americans only care about us. And that's what it is to be American. And it's fucked up that we're like that to a certain extent.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, if the shit don't got anything to do with your doorstep, you really don't give a fuck. If you might think you do, and I will give that to you because you put your life on the line for the country, because you bust your gun for the country, right? But most, like the people that we serve in America, they just lucky.
they're just lucky.
They're just lucky.
Mm.
Because they don't have sons and daughters out there. They don't know what it's like to lose. Like, let me tell you something. When you become an E7 in the military, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to do something called CAO, CNO duty.
Okay.
Right? And I've done it probably 6 to 8 times. And that's when you gotta, go to a house and tell somebody, yo, your son died, your daughter died. And
right.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's very hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can only imagine.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might be greeted with a hug. Sometimes you might be greeted with a snuff or a punch. Sometimes it might be in a backyard. Sometimes it might be in a housing project. But the fact of the matter is that as soldiers, we all know we all from different likes and different walks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a certain respect that goes into everything we do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you have someone that we all kind of like walk to the beat of the same drum, kind of.
No, we don't.
We definitely do.
We don't walk to.
All right, go. So talk heavy.
But no, I mean, I don't think that we all walk to the beat of the same drum. You know, because some people don't have they don't have no rhythm.
So you making a joke out of this shit.
But
Man.
listen, no, but seriously, you said something interesting about like sons and daughters, and but
1%. We the 1%.
But the thing about it is, Donald Trump allegedly made a comment. I think he was in a limo, and he said that people that are in the military are suckers. And so, like, what do you think of that? Like, because you said something about sons and daughters, and he's the epitome of the American.
So let me tell you something.
But but with that being said, what do you think about that specific comment?
I don't know him to make that comment, and I'm not a Trump fan. Right. But I support the sitting president. That's why I didn't go heavy on Uncle Joe.
Right.
But when you join the military, right? You join the military is basically like it could be so many things, right? Most like for me, it was like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing in life. I just needed to do something in concurrence with what I had to do. So it was like responsible, and I love my country.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I know that most people say they love their country, right? Mm-hmm. But who willing to die for their shit? That's how I look at it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so like people that talk shit and people that do shit is different, because when I went to boot camp, when I did everything I did for my country, regardless of what's going on with me right now, I don't regret it, because at the end of the day, I did it for the United States, and that is who I am. I'm a son of this shit.
Yeah, but the question was, how do you feel about him as a person, and not really. I mean, I know we kind of dove into
as a person. Let me tell you this.
I know that we dove into politics, which is what it's not really. Yeah. That's not really what I was trying to get into. However, I think like.
So let me tell you this. As a person, he's given 3 people before this politics shit. He's given 3 people, Haitian immigrants that I know personally, employment. Okay. Like who work personally for him. So how do I feel about him as a person? The same way I look at anybody else as a person who helped me. That's what I was trying to tell you. As an American, we don't look at, like, you can say you looking at the big pictures. That's like saying like, oh, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we know that, but we know black people killing black people. It's like saying Haitian lives matter. Yeah, but in Haiti, people killing Haitians. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. But when you look at it for you, you look at it for you. So if he helped people from my family come to America before politics, I fuck with him. Because if it wasn't for somebody like him, I wouldn't be here. Maybe. You see what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have got a chance to serve.
Okay.
And that's how I look at it, right? But my understanding of American history is different from a lot of other people's understanding. Like, I come from the school of Thomas Sowell, and people like real, you know what I mean, real shit.
Yo, Donald Trump is a dog, bro. Like, let's be real.
He's
like,
a dog.
Like he's a dog.
I'm a dog.
Like, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Nah, listen, I am not no dog. Bro.
Is Michael Jordan a dog?
Is he a dog?
Yeah. Like, what do you mean by a dog?
I mean, like, he's just reckless. Like, so this is the thing that I feel about Donald Trump, like, in his time that he served. Now, I'm trying not to go
just
too,
talk heavy.
Too
Play
political.
myself.
No, listen. I'm trying to explain. Mm-hmm. All right. So the thing about him is he never gave himself a chance by, like, constantly going on Twitter and making all these, like, comments, knowing that it was gonna get a reaction.
That's real, though.
You know, but I mean, is it though?
Yeah.
I mean, because I know I don't do that shit, and that's it. Like you said, every American has that mentality, but I don't.
You do.
How?
But no, you do. But it's just not like you don't care about that lane. So you gotta understand.
But he does.
Yeah.
So then how? Okay.
You gotta understand. This is what you have to understand, right? If you have a clear idea of what you want in the world, right?
Mhm.
Like, so it's uncomfortable for people that are, say, 32 to 40 to post,
Okay.
right? The only time I actually post is like on game night, on show night, right?
Mhm.
But I do it because I don't want to, because I have a life,
Right.
right? But at the same time, I'm like, damn, like this needs to get out. And I want people to watch this shit, so I do it. So I obligate myself to do that. But actually, what does any of that mean to anyone? Like, I try to get you to post shit. I'm like, yo, Mo, just hit this. And you like, oh, dude, I don't have time. I'm working, right? That's most of us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if I can't obligate you to do anything,
Right.
but I can ask you.
Yeah, but if you're a leader, you know, and if you're on a spotlight,
I am a
and
leader.
we're not talking.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. But if you're a leader, then I think that you have to carry yourself a certain way. You carry yourself a certain way because you're a leader.
Sure.
You know,
So should you.
but exactly. But so should the president too.
Of course.
But he never carried himself in he never carried himself in a way that was not reckless, bro. Like okay, all right, listen, let me extend an olive branch. All
Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
However, you can't sit here and tell me that Donald Trump was not reckless, bro. Like, he could have been a little bit more tactical. Is all
What
I'm
I
saying.
can tell you is that every president was
but-
reckless in their own in the view of the opposition.
Not like him, bro. Not like him. He was reckless.
Again, it's just like, so I'll give you a perfect example, right?
Please give me a perfect example.
All right. The pussy is free, but the crack costs money.
I can't wait.
The pussy is free, but the crack costs money, right? Karis once said that. Put the spotlight on me. My fault. The pussy is free, but the crack costs money.
What does that even mean?
Okay, this is early hip hop in its infant stages, right?
Mhm.
So the father of hip hop, who we would call KRS-One, said that. Okay, so I was on the live chat, and I don't know if the podcast is on here. They want to talk about if they will let their kids listen to hip hop, whatever. But I'm like, yo, the father of hip hop said that the pussy is free, but the crack costs money.
But what does it mean?
It means exactly what it means. That you could take pussy, but you got to pay for crack. In the 80s, that was what the sentiment was in the black community. Now, do you feel like that's how black people feel now? Well, talk heavy.
I mean, the pussy's never free. I mean,
Yo, that's crazy, right?
Is it though?
That you think about it, it's crazy.
I mean, like, it's never like. I mean, it's not like I pay for. Do you pay for it? Like, I mean, like, in what kind is it like?
What did he say? The pussy is free, but the crack. So basically, I don't know if you got it.
Yeah,
so what he was saying is like, yo, if you can fuck bitches with crack, and if they smoke crack, you get like the pussy's free after you buy a crack.
Okay.
Right? This is like the Carter time and everything. So maybe you didn't come up in the crack, and you did come up in the crack era, right? So when he's saying something like that, right, and we all grew up on hip hop, and I can't fault KRS-One for saying that, and at the same time fault R. Kelly for doing what he did. If this motherfucker said that shit,
yo, R. Kelly the dog though.
He could be a dog, bro, but how could you say the pussy is free, but the crack costs money? The father of hip hop damn near said that shit.
I mean, I don't fuck with crack, so I don't really know.
But
I mean, not saying
in the 80s
or anybody
no,
else.
no, no.
But
In the 80s, no, we grew up in the 80s.
Yeah.
So this is when hip hop was growing up, right? And this is when everybody was like, yo, this is when, I don't know if you know about Mayor Ball. Like, say I know like New York history, that's my shit, because I plan on running for mayor of Schenectady, right? As crazy as it might sound.
It does sound
So,
crazy.
like,
Sorry.
so Mayor Ball and Trump hand in hand, like even like the mafia and Trump hand in hand, right? But at the same time, you have to understand the times,
Okay.
right? So when someone says the pussy is free, but the crack costs money, and you could forgive that and say we canceling R. Kelly for doing because R. Kelly is whatever, right?
But we're in a different era too. We're in a different era. You know, you can't do the same shit that you did back in the 80s. You can't do now
Okay, Mo, did you vote for president
for president. For
of the United States right now?
yeah,
Could you vote for? Do you mind telling me?
I voted Biden.
Okay. So President Biden said, "I put you back in chains."
Okay.
What do you think that meant?
Yo, I didn't listen to it, so I can't really.
I sent it to you yesterday, right?
You sent it to me yesterday. I didn't get a chance to read.
Okay,
To listen to
but he said that, right?
it. Okay.
And he's also the one person that said, "I don't want my kids going to school with monkeys." When it came to segregation, because remember he was in politics for
He said it,
yeah, it's printed in the newspaper, in New York Times, and all that stuff.
but
right?
did you see him say it, or is it like allegedly he said?
No, he said it. And this is not his first time running for president. But I digress. It's not important to what we're talking about now. I'm just saying you voted for him because of course you believe to me your vote was not for him, but it was against Trump.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
1000%.
okay. Who did I vote for?
I don't know.
I voted for Kanye West.
There you go.
Right?
That's a good vote.
To me.
Yeah, that's a good
Right?
vote. No, seriously.
Yeah, that's one of
'Cause
my
you can't vote
heroes.
for Trump.
No. It's not that. I knew that President Trump was gonna get a fair shake.
He
but
wasn't gonna.
He wasn't gonna get a fair shake.
So you don't think he got a fair shake?
No. But
Okay.
I knew what it was.
Okay.
It's the jig. Right? But at the same
You
time,
think Hillary got a fair shake?
nah, I would never vote for Hillary because I'm Haitian.
Now I understand why you like Donald Trump, because you're just as reckless as he is.
Maybe.
It all makes
But
sense now.
I'm more no, but he's real to me. So
Okay,
it's like
okay.
to me it's like
No,
I'd rather fuck with somebody.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care who you vote for. I'm
no.
just kidding.
I'd rather fuck with somebody I understand than I don't understand.
Right.
Like to me, even President Obama, right?
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker just sounds so good. It make you just feel good to go to sleep. It put your ass to sleep. But what is it? You see what I'm saying? When Trump talk shit dumbing you down, it's like, yo, it's showing me how many motherfuckers might hate me or love me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the man, that man helped me.
Who? Donald Trump?
100%. When it comes to my family.
You refer to him as the man.
No.
You just referred to him as the man.
How do you mean?
You said when it comes to the man.
Yeah, the man, Donald J. The man, him as a man, he's helped me personally.
Okay.
Right? And that refers to my earlier topic of when someone helps you personally, like all us Americans give a fuck about is who helped us personally. Like, come on. Like, if you think that shit is different, you crazy.
Brooke, what are they saying in the comments? Please tell us what they're saying in the comments.
So, James Andrews, government is trash.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then Justin Love is speaking to Myles. He would say reckless things and didn't. Speaking about Trump, I'm sorry. He would say reckless things and didn't get punished as an American soldier. If we said half the things he said, it would be sexist hit with an Article 15 or more.
Big facts.
Which is true.
Mm-hmm.
I said, as a president, I have to respect the pressure, responsibilities, and the position he was in. However, as a person and as a man, no respect.
But you can't talk as a man, but I digress.
No, I'm not talking as a man. I'm saying as President Trump, as Trump is a man, I got no respect for him as a man.
As a fact. Okay.
And
I get that.
But I respected his position. There's differences.
Mm-hmm.
James Andrews, again, I like Trump. He gave no, you know what, and I hate the news.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much where we are up to speed.
Yeah. So, and that's what I say about that. So let me hit y'all with another topic. And this is a great crazy topic. It's like, when is it okay to choose love/friends over family? We don't never go over none of these topics before, so think heavy, talk heavy.
You said, when is it? Rephrase it one more time.
So when is it okay to choose love/friends over family?
I think as an adult, it's really okay for you to choose what you want. With that being said, if you're asking me personally what I think about it, I think that, again, I can always choose love over family, but it really, in vice versa, it just depends on the situation too. Obviously family comes first, but you choose who your family is. So if love is your family too, then they're family. So you treat them the same way that you would treat your family.
I think I'm talking about some different shit. So like,
maybe.
So like, all right, so boom. So if my family came through and they was like, yo, your wife is on some white people shit, I'm like, the fuck you mean? I'm checking that shit as a man, right? But it ain't no like that's my wife is my family. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I give you
No, I think I got it. So
go
I
ahead.
mean, the thing is that, if I think that it doesn't matter whether your family or it's your loved one or anything.
So I'm gonna tell you. All right, so let me tell you a story first. No, then take it.
I can't even finish.
No, but take it from my story. It's better if you hear from my story.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But let's take it from my story. All right, so when I first moved into this house, right? I had a housewoman, and like my family is filled with alpha males.
Okay.
Right? Just that's just what we are, right? And my best brother, my uncles, everybody's here. And like it gets to the point where it boils so much, like people have to fight.
People have to fight?
Oh, it's great. It's like that. Okay. Right? So there was a young lady here, whatever. We ain't gonna say her name. And then like like she was single and dudes was like, yo, that's me.
That's me? Like that was their
No, yeah. So when it comes to like that type of stance, it's like, yo, that's me. Nobody else go to that. But if you want to, like, we're not gonna do the lady that disservice. Meet me in the back 40 in the yard, and then before we even bring it to her, right? And these dudes fought in my shit
over a woman.
No. Oh, this is like before anybody even approached it, right? And I'm just like, and then, so it's so funny because my man said, "Yo, I'll never apologize to you over that shit.
Never apologize to you over it."
Yeah, he said, "Fuck that." And I was like,
"Okay,
I never asked you for your apology." But it was like, yo, you get what I'm saying? It was like, yo, like to me, so it's like, yo, you disrespected my house. You know what I mean?
I think so. Getting back to, because I'm not going to change my answer.
Sorry.
But getting back to what I was saying, I think that when it comes to family, friends, loved ones, it doesn't matter. Like with me, Brooke will tell you, like, if you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't care. I don't care if you're family. I don't care if I embarrass you. I don't care about none of that shit. If you're wrong, then I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. And the only people who actually get a pass is my parents. they're the only ones that get a pass, because I'll actually pull them aside and say, hey, mom, dad, you're wrong, right? Because I'm not gonna bear they I grew up listening to them, and they raised me, so I'm not gonna disrespect them. But anyone else, fair game. So it doesn't matter if you're family or loved one or whatever, but as if you're wrong, you're wrong.
I get that. But yo, are we on full cam right now, or just we focused on me? I felt like we focused on me. I just feel like the camera's on me, but we should be focused on both of us. I'm sorry, just like my editorial view. But I feel like at times it is hard to say, right? And it was just a question that I kind of really wanted people to talk heavy on that, and people said both facts. And the ad goes, oh no, ad's talking still about Trump. And it's like, how did Trump help you personally? Okay, Melissa, the way how Trump helped me personally, like most Americans, like Americans care about Americans. They care about themselves. So when I say that he personally helped 3 members of my family come to America and gave them employment and helped us succeed, that is a fact, and that's how he personally helped me. How he didn't help you from you being a part of the, get along gang, whatever. That's on you, Miss Lady. But what I'm trying to tell you is that's my personal experience. That's what I know, and I salute to that. You see what I'm saying? And that's all I can say about that. But was he reckless as a president? Yes, but what people don't realize is like when somebody's not a politician, that's how they might talk, right? Like, I think, and that's my thing about President Obama is like he could say some shit. He just, all right, Roseanne.
I'm good. Okay, he's sleeping.
I love you. Thank you. So what I'm saying is he can say something, President Obama, and you would just love it because he's so smooth. But did you really understand it? Like anybody who loves Obama, right? And like I love Obama as a man, right? And Brooke, it sounds like you want to talk, but did you really understand everything that man said?
Yo, I just so the thing is that I go off of vibes.
Yeah,
and so yeah, I go off of vibes. Mm-hmm. So like for me, it like sometimes it don't even matter if you say anything or not. Like if I don't like you, I just don't fuck with you. And that's kind of the way that I felt about that's the way that I feel about a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of people that I may work with them, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna hang out with you outside of work. Because I don't get that same type of vibe from you. And so with Donald Trump, I feel like he's not somebody that I would necessarily kick it with because I'd feel like he's a snake. Bro. And no, hold on. So the thing is that he's a snake. And so like the thing that made me feel comfortable with Obama was that he felt sincere. And then with Trump, I felt like he always had some underlying agenda with everything that he did. And so maybe I'm wrong, but that's just how I felt about him.
Right. And again, I'm not caping for the man. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you what it is. It's right. Like, yo, if you American, you understand that's how most motherfuckers are in life. Like in America, like America's a shit where like you could think somebody's good on your side, this, that, and the third, and then what's gonna happen at the end of the day when they don't need you?
I go off vibes, though, bro.
All right, you go off vibes. Yeah, don't matter.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
All right, so that helps you for your whole life.
Yeah, that helped me for my whole life. All right.
We're gonna talk later. You're wildin', son. No, it's like, yo.
No, I'm not.
If you don't have nothing,
if somebody doesn't agree with something you say, then it's like, no, like I don't understand how you can think that way. And Like that's just
how I can think that way.
No, you're seeing that's kind of like the way that's the vibe that I get from you when you say like, oh, well, we'll talk later. Like because you don't understand where I'm coming from. And so like my thing is this.
What?
My thing is this.
Okay.
Is that you can think whatever you want to think.
Mm-hmm.
And you can if you like them or dislike them or whatever, we moved off of that topic earlier, but whatever you're feeling on with Trump, that's just your feeling on it. That's just how I feel about him. Okay. I go off of vibe.
I respect that.
Yeah, I respect you.
But at the end of the day,
here we go.
That don't got nothing to do with the Red Sox versus the Yankees, and that's what motherfuckers is caring about. And that's
what are you saying?
Yo, bro.
What is going on?
No, the reason I'm
Please
saying
tell me this analogy.
No, the reason I'm saying that is because, like, Trump is such a past thought to people, but the actuality of it, the whole thing is that he was the realest president we had since, I'm gonna say, LBJ. And I don't know if you want American history like that, but I am, and I'm trying to tell you, like, LBJ, you would say you're a racist motherfucker that started all of this lunch program shit and all this, every single thing you see that fucking handicapped America
for
LBJ,
civil rights, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was fake though.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's like paid. It's all. I
mean, is it fact? Or is that opinion? Is it fact or is it opinion? Just answer that for me. Don't give me anything.
What
you just said? You said it was all that stuff was fake. Now is that fact or is it fiction?
What?
You just said that all that stuff that was happening with the oh my God, help me out here. It was the
You said civil rights.
Civil rights. You said it was fake.
Yeah.
So is that fact or is that opinion?
It's fact based on my opinion.
What?
Listen.
Okay,
let me finish. Based on what was actually said and what was actually done. Okay, so during this,
the difference between fact and opinion, right?
I'm schooling you right now.
Please school me.
Try to school.
I'm trying to be schooled right now.
Listen, you will be. Listen.
I'm trying my best to be schooled. I'm like, yes, Myles is schooling me.
Yeah, you will be schooled. Right?
Okay, all right.
So I'm gonna say a couple things that you might not know about.
I might not, but I might know about.
So one thing is the Gulf of Tonkin, right?
Okay.
So you know what the Gulf of Tonkin is?
No.
Okay. So the Gulf of Tonkin, that's what ignited like the Vietnam War, right?
Okay.
Okay. You know what Vietnam War is?
Yeah, I know what the Vietnam.
Okay.
War.
So during at the same time, because
that's not alpha male bullshit. That
but what I'm trying to tell you is and
like I'm smarter.
Mike,
than you.
Mike knows what I'm talking about because it's there.
Ultimate alpha.
No, definitely ultimate alpha. But
you just got me moist.
Oh okay. No.
So you understand at the time period the Vietnam War went into, right? Okay. So you understand what was happening during civil rights or no?
Yeah. But tell me, keep going.
So I'm definitely gonna keep going.
Yeah.
So who was the most instrumental part of civil rights, you think? Black man. Say MLK.
I was gonna say Martin Luther King, probably,
right?
Or Malcolm X.
No, not Malcolm X. Don't say Malcolm X. Malcolm X.
Why not? Malcolm X.
No, we can talk. No, if you want to talk Black history, I talk Black history. I'm telling you what happened. No, not Rosa Parks neither.
All right, so
I'm telling you American history based on
facts,
right?
Okay.
So there was I want to say a senator from Illinois, right? So if you look at when the civil rights bill was signed, if you ever take a look at the table that President Johnson signed that on, right? Look at how many pens were there, right? And if you knew, which you might know, right? What they might what your parents might have told you, whatever, is that he gave Martin Luther King the pen. He gave him the second pen. Why? Because there's a senator from Illinois who got the first pen because that's who Army had to be. LBJ was a great manipulator, right? So he would get dudes drunk, find out their secrets, what they did with their wife, this, that, and the third, to bend things.
Okay.
I said to say this. That man said, we're going to have these niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years. Said that.
Okay.
Based off of what he did with the Civil Rights Bill. Did you know that or no?
No, I didn't know that.
So he said that, right? He would also, because I did my thesis on him for school, he would also make men and women go in the bathroom with him while he pissed and tell them what the fuck they was going to do. He was an intimidator. If you Google LBJ and intimidating tactics, you'll see his tactics.
Okay.
He was great at it.
Yeah.
Right? So I read 11 books on him.
Good for
right?
you.
Yeah, good for me. Right? But by the same author who I also read about New York on, and like Robert Moses was evil for New York, but it had to get done. Right? And he was under camps, like, with Camp Smith, Governor Smith and all that stuff. Like, he was under that. But that's the power broker, right? I said that to say this. When you see certain things happen, it's for a reason. So when you see a president like Donald Trump, who you say, oh, he's messy, right?
Bro, he's trash, bro.
Listen.
He is.
Listen. All right, bro.
He's trash.
That's your opinion, right? But things have to happen for things to happen. So, again, if you can't tell me a president that did well and did great through all facets, better than President Trump, you're just looking at it from the surface.
No. So that's where you're getting it wrong. Because,
so tell me.
No, that's where you're getting it wrong, and I'm going to tell you why.
Please.
Because there's a reason why there's 2 parties or 3 parties, whatever.
There's
because
parties.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, there's a reason for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has different opinions, and if your opinion doesn't align with somebody else's opinion, then that party may not like you, and the same vice versa. So their opinions about you you're never gonna, that's where they get the phrase, you can't please everyone. And you can't. So the question that you're pretty much asking me is what president pretty much was perfect? That's pretty much what you're asking me. And the answer is no president was perfect. No president was perfect. But I will tell you this. Hold on. I'll finish and I'll give you the floor. No president was perfect, but also there was no president like Donald Trump that would say grab him by the pussy and fucking and go down to tell Mexico to build their own wall for them, and we're gonna have a wall built and then have them pay for it. Like the dude, that's what I mean. The dude was reckless, bro. Every night on, I mean, Fox. No, hold on. Fox News praised them, okay? And while I can sit and say, like, I'm not gonna sit.
This shit pointless. Go ahead though.
You can say it's pointless all you want, but I sat here and listened to you talk for like 10 minutes straight.
I'm listening.
But the thing is that you're not gonna satisfy everyone, all right? And there are some Trump supporters that love them, and I think fine, that's fine. Hold on, that's fine, all right? You can love them because that's your opinion, and I don't care about that. That's fine. But I have my opinion about him too, and I just think that he was reckless, and I also think that he should have stayed off of Twitter, and he should have followed the prompts and done, he should have just been a little bit more careful and a little bit more serious about the job.
All right, guys. So and I know we've been not paying attention to the Eddie, you're right. LBJ was a tyrant, but right now I want y'all to press 1 if you say grab him by the pussy is a bad quote, but press 2 if you think I put you back in chains is a worse quote. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, or you say I don't want my kids going to school with monkeys. you talking about? So like, that's what I'm saying. Like you're bugging.
Let's go. Yeah, I definitely want to go to the comments.
Yeah, please.
So Brooke, you want to read the comments?
Okay. So, for some of the comments, all right, let's see. So Ed is saying LBJ sounds like a tyrant to me.
Was.
LVPRD brand. Yeah. Politics is set up like a business. Feelings and emotions don't belong there. How could the policies put in place help me better in my situation? And that's it. That's basically the mindset.
That's America.
And then getting slightly off topic, Melissa has a question for anyone. Is asking, when you die, what would you want to be remembered for?
I'll go first if you want me to.
Go ahead.
I would want to be remembered for just hard work, just me. You know what I mean? I want to be remembered for just like any. I think when you serve, it's just like, I think Kobe Bryant said it the best. It's like, yo, when you serve and you know that time is over, while you're in any period of service, I want to be remembered for that. But I always want to be remembered for the last great thing I did and want somebody to grab the baton based on that. So, like, if I die podcasting, I will want my son to podcast. It's legacy, right? But if I die on the battlefield, I want my son to grab, be a sergeant major, because like I feel that. So my dad was an E6. My father was an E7, I want to say. I'm an E8. So I passed those, man. That was my only shit. You see what I'm saying? So now, when the baton is passed, that's what it is to me. That's legacy.
And it's always going to be, I mean, legacy is that's hard to really follow, but I'll follow it up. Right. But realistically, I would want people to just remember me as, somebody who would fight for them. I'm a firm believer in, doing the right thing. And one of the things that my dad told me when I was younger was, it's never what you do. What you do in the dark is going to come out in the light. And you definitely want to do the things that, people don't like to do. You're going to have to do it as a leader.
Right.
And you're going to do those things even if you have to do it in the dark, And so I'll share this quick story with you. It's not going to be long, but I loved playing basketball, as you know. And so I used to play basketball in the dark.
Right.
I used to play basketball in the dark, and it was because...
What does that mean?
It means I literally played basketball in the dark. Like, I would go to the basketball court, I'd show up, and then it depends on where you go, too, because you can't just go to a regular park because a cop would stop you. So I would go and do dribbling drills at, like, 9 o'clock at night under the bridge, and that's what I would do. And it was because I would want to shoot jump shots in the dark, because I felt like if I can shoot in the dark, then I'd be able to shoot during the daytime. But realistically, I was never a good shooter, never. But the fact of the matter is that I was willing to do that, to go out and do, and if you're willing to do those things to be great at your craft, then you're always going to be rewarded, and even though I wasn't a great shooter, that did help my foul shots, and you have to be willing to take the extra mile. And what I want to leave as far as like legacy and everything is, definitely hard work, but I want people to remember that I always fight for them too.
Yeah, man, that's deep that you said that, because I just don't. It sounds selfish to me, but I just don't really care about other people like that. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to, like, when you saying, like, what would I want to be learned for? Like, I'm not, like, in it to fight for other people. I'm here to set the example. And again, like, I'm American as it comes when it comes to that. It's like when you become a leader, I feel like if I don't show you that it's possible through me fighting for you and all that other shit is like you or to me, like all you gonna look for is somebody else to fight for you. And that's not what I want to set. Like I feel like I breed leaders to me.
Why did you join the military?
Because I didn't want to be a sucker. Like so I joined the military because I wanted to be part of something bigger than myself, right? And I always liked talking to people. So I would watch military movies and I was like, damn, this motherfucking I never met nobody from Montana. I never met nobody from Mississippi. Right. No shit like that, right? And I was like, yo, if I join the military or go to federal penitentiary, I'm going to meet people from all over the country. So I've made a choice. So when I went to the military, I was like, yo, I'm going to meet these dudes from all over the world. And I'm going to meet a ton of girls. Mm-hmm. Right? Because I chose the MOS that was predominantly female.
So you joined the military that was part of the reason why you joined?
100%.
Okay.
I joined the military for females and to talk to people. I love to talk to people.
Right.
Right? So I knew I was going to Fort Jackson. I didn't know I was going to Fort Benning at first. Mm-hmm. Right? But at the end of the day, I was like, I'm going to have a community and I'm going to see the world, see the country at least through this because I know I'm a dynamic person. So after I finished boot camp, dude, I went to every single person in my boot camp that went to boot camp with me. I visited their estate. I was in Flagstaff. I was in all these places because I knew I was fly.
But if our job is, pretty much like protect and serve our country, right?
Of course.
So when you talk about you're leaving a legacy, you don't you're saying that you don't care about people, but yet people you want to meet, and also so only like and so I'm not trying to paint this picture. I'm just telling you, like, from where I'm sitting, this is kind of what I'm getting. It's like, unless somebody can do something for you, then you don't really fuck with them, or is it more so? Okay,
that's not what I'm saying.
All right.
So what I'm saying is, like, when it comes to people being in my shit.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by in your shit though?
In my shit, like, oh, I'm doing this for people. No, I'm doing this for my legacy. Like, whatever I do,
it's for your legacy.
It's for my legacy.
Okay.
Right? If you're a part of that shit, I support you and your dream. Mm-hmm. But I would never say that I'm doing something to inspire. I inspire those who watch me, those who want to connect with me. But I'm not saying I would do anything for anybody, because then that's when my dream dies. It's with those people that I'm thinking that I'm inspiring. It's like if Michael Jordan was like, yo, if somebody had a hard time shooting a free throw shot, I'm inspiring him. Your dream dies with that. So I feel like I'm doing it. I'm focused in on what I'm doing all the time. And I'm doing that. I will never shy away from anybody who needs help, but that's as far as it goes.
Let's check out the comments real quick.
Please.
And then I do have a
follow-up.
A basketball question.
For who?
For you. I've got a basketball question for you.
I don't play basketball.
You don't have to.
He knows nothing about basketball.
That's all right. He knows enough about this topic where I can ask him. But why don't you go to the comments, Brooke?
Okay, so after Melissa's question, James said that he would like to be remembered as a loving father. Mm-hmm. I then commented that I don't need to be remembered as someone who did great things, but to have my daughter remember me for all the small things that I did great for her. And then we have Melissa commenting that, and piggybacking off my answer, thinking that that's a wonderful answer. She was thinking along the same thing, that she wants to be remembered as by the unconditional love that she has for her children and all children for that matter, as she's always been a compassionate and deeply caring and loving person.
Okay. Thank you, Melissa, for that. And thank you, James, for that. But, like, so yesterday, James went live, and I was on his live, and I saw his camaraderie with his boy, right? And that was personal between them. But I fuck with James just for that. I fuck with him for just going live. I'm like, yo, bro, like, the way he went live, I don't look at it like this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't look at it as a production. But when he went live, he told me that we inspired him. That shit was a shock to me.
Right.
But I see him every day. He can always ask me for anything. He know I got him. Just like Mike don't have to be here, right? And this is my thing about the military. Like Mike don't have to be here. He's higher ranked than I am. But he's here because I asked him, and that's a leader.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But he knows more about this than I do.
Okay.
And he's watching me almost. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what it is. But it's not like
making sure you don't mess up, or like when
no, it's just like, yo, if you ask me for something, right?
Okay.
Like this is leadership.
Right.
If you ask me for something,
oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I can't say no to you. Like if I do, like I have to call you back, bro, because like I'm a piece of shit for that, right? So like I could hit Mike like him, like yo, dude, like we'll fight, whatever. But he knows that I need him. You see what I'm saying?
Mike,
No,
would you like to comment on this, Mike?
he can. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
I believe you. I'm just.
I'm only mad because on Monday we were supposed to go up to Parkway Music so I could buy a new guitar.
No. Dude.
And he said,
I know.
"Hey, I'm gonna go take a nap, but I'll call you back a half hour."
No, but that's some other shit.
So I was
See how
mad.
he's making
I was
joke
mad
about
all week.
But at the end of the
But in all
day,
seriousness, he's giving me an opportunity to do something that I went to school for.
Right.
So for me, it's a mutual relationship. I'm learning new stuff. He's learning new stuff, and we're learning from each other. So, it's a beneficial relationship both ways in that regard.
Okay.
but that's what it is.
But I also like him, and we're good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good friends, Mike. I know. So we're good friends and everything. And yes, but if we were I would say like more, I wouldn't even say like peer like, but it was more like, because we are kind of like peer like, but when you become senior in leadership, right, you answer the call. Yeah, that's just a fact. If you ever met a leader that like you have, and Mo, look at me, son, because when there's a leader, you can call your leader,
Yeah.
and he gonna fucking answer the call.
Yeah, but I already know. I mean, I agree with you. It's not that I disagree with you at all. I actually agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, it's levels to the shit though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I believe you. We talk about this all the time.
Yeah, but it's
So
to
like,
the highest level.
I know, but you.
How did we get here?
Bro, you talk about the same things all the time, so like I'm listening to what you're saying. It's not like I'm not listening to what you're saying.
Switch the topic, motherfucker.
I'm listening to what you're saying. I
Switch
get
the
it.
topic. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, no, I know you're saying it.
Yeah, because like you brought the whole leadership shit up, and like it kind of killed my vibe on that. But I think I might have a question for you. But I mean,
No,
or it could be the end of the show. I mean,
so I got a question.
Please.
So you're talking about a Kobe Bryant comment. So I want to get your take on the whole Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James issue. Like who's the GOAT? Like, how do you feel about it? Like,
I don't feel like none of those motherfuckers is the GOAT.
No?
No.
Okay.
So I feel like Jordan, like to me, like Bill Russell the GOAT.
Okay.
Right? Because not only did he win the most championships, the motherfucker coached the team. That's my opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan was getting bullied and shit. Before Phil Jackson came, Jordan wasn't that dude. Kobe got the drive, and Kobe that thing. Like Kobe is, if Kobe was around back in the day, like Kobe different. Like if Kobe was in Jordan's position, the motherfuckers would have won 8 championships, right?
Okay.
But that's what Kobe had, right? And the same thing with LeBron. LeBron is still in the position where the NBA do what the fuck LeBron want right now,
Okay.
right? And this you could agree, disagree, but I also feel like it's hard. Like the reason I say Bill Russell is because he was winning championships.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't when he didn't have a coach. The motherfucker coached the team and played to win ships during the hardest time it was for whatever. But don't make it seem like when Jordan was going through his shit at first, the Pistons wasn't busting that ass. They was bullying that motherfucker to crazy. And he just got he got his shit after the fact with the Eastern Conference, but he wasn't that dude like that to me. And but
Right.
again,
No, I'm listening.
I fuck with MJ to the I understand for his time he was great, but a lot to me I think a lot of that was Phil Jackson. Same with Kobe. I think a lot of that was Phil Jackson.
Okay.
Right? And I learned that only from listening to Shaq, because Shaq talks about that.
Okay.
So Bill Russell to me is the GOAT.
Is the GOAT?
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people try to compare the different eras.
Yeah.
And I think that there are GOATs of different eras.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, they were definitely GOATs of their era. You've got Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, they were the GOAT of their era. You know, you've got Michael Jordan, who completely dominated the 90s. And you've got Kobe, who completely dominated the 2000s. And then you got LeBron James, who's dominating still. So the thing about it is,
I can't let that statement pass.
You can, you will. You can and you will. So
I can't let
no, that's okay. You can.
To me, Shaq
No.
is the most dominant player ever in the NBA.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, because the thing about it is, well, let me get to my point too.
Please.
Because Michael Jordan, and I'm just going to talk on Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James, because they're all different types of players. Michael Jordan was the only player. The reason why he ran into the problem with the Pistons, that the Pistons just found a formula to beat him. It wasn't. It didn't have anything to do. They had the Jordan rules, where they bullied him. That you say. Jordan just didn't play team basketball. As soon as he started playing team basketball, they won a chip.
Who?
That's a whole fact.
Who?
The Bulls. As soon as Jordan played team basketball, they won a chip. Because Jordan was going through... No, you're going to listen to this shit.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, because, listen, basketball is my shit. When you talk about business, I'm all for it.
I'm listening.
Yeah, thank you. So, with Jordan, he just ran into the Pistons. He was young, and he tried to beat them by himself. And he got his ass handed to him every single year. And then finally, he just said, well, what am I doing wrong? And he started using the people around him. He had a young Scottie Pippen, and he had a rookie Horace Grant. And at that point, he started to use his team.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
But Jordan was like, get me the ball and move out of the way. There's no other player that could score the way that Jordan did, like on a whim. All right. Now,
not even Bill Russell.
Well, in his era, he like I said, he was the GOAT of his era, and I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. He in that era, no one was scoring like Jordan.
Not
okay,
Shaq? Not Shaq.
No, not in the 90s. When did Shaq come to the NBA? Was it 90, 96, 97?
And he wasn't scoring that well?
No, he wasn't scoring like Jordan was, because Jordan had already played 8 years in that era. I'm talking about in that 10-year era.
I'll let you tell it.
Yeah, thank you. So Jordan was the only player that played the way that he did. He was an icon.
Mm.
Now, Kobe was the most skilled player in his era. And he's probably the most skilled player that ever played the game, period. No, listen. I listen to you. You just sit down, shut up, and listen. It's all right. So I'm schooling you now. Because I know basketball, so I'm schooling you right now.
You're just talking.
No, I'm not. I'm schooling you right now.
Okay.
And it's a whole fact.
The teacher.
Kobe, just speaking, motherfucker. So Kobe was the most skilled player. See, the thing is that Myles isn't used to not talking. So when he has to has to sit and listen. No, I'm talking to I'm talking to the viewers right now. When Myles has to sit and listen, he gets like very like irritable, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta talk." No, so the thing with Kobe,
speaking bullshit.
No, I'm not. I'm not speaking bullshit. Now the thing with Kobe is he was the most skilled player, and he was a true student of the game.
Yes.
And Kobe would do anything and everything to try to make himself better, as well as holding his teammates accountable. Michael held his teammates accountable too, but he would try to bully his teammates, like Scott Burrell and like Horace Grant when he told him he couldn't eat on a plane because they lost a game and he played shitty. Now LeBron James is the smartest player. He's probably the smartest player in his era, and it helps that he's a bigger guy and a stronger guy, so he's just physical. Now go ahead, Myles.
Mo,
he don't like listening.
Who has the most points in NBA history?
Is it Bill Russell, right?
No.
Or is it Michael?
Nope.
Who is it?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, that's right. Kareem does have it.
Wait,
who's second?
See, hold on one second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Karl Malone is, right?
Yeah.
And like you with basketball, I'm also a huge basketball buff. And it's. I think you started it out saying it correctly. It's generational, right? There's a GOAT for each generation. It can do that. You can take that to any sport.
And I was going to do it.
Football, basketball. To assign somebody to the greatest of all time, because think about all the rule changes that have come about in each sport. Football.
Yeah.
Even baseball now is gotten to the point where the rules are just constricting, right?
Right.
So how do you say who's the best when they didn't play under the same set of rules?
You can't. But you said Bill Russell was.
To me,
yeah.
I'm looking at what was done. So, and when you culminate the myriad of things that happen in all these guys' life, right? So, say Jordan won 6 championships, right? And what did Kobe win? 3 or 4 or 5?
He won 5.
5, right? And Bill Russell won what? 12? Right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that. All right, so like let's put that to the side, and then it's like, okay, who coached the team?
Yo, bro,
no, this is what I'm trying to tell you. So
I'm
just trying to give it to you like that.
Go ahead, bro.
Beside my first point, what I was gonna give you of like scoring titles and all this shit, like I understand like greatness in all these guys. I'm just trying to tell you that you're right as far as your point, but when you talk about dominance in their era, Bill Russell did that.
Yeah, but think about who he was playing against and the rules that they were playing under. There weren't enough. Basketball was what? Like at that time it was like maybe 20, 30 years old, if that. I mean, where they started doing the leagues, it was that old and it wasn't really that popular. So yeah, of course you're gonna dominate the game if you're like fucking 6. You're 6. 10 or 6'11", and you're just taller than everybody else because the game's not that popular right now. So if you're playing against a guy that's a 6'6" center opposed to a 6'10" center who does that shit, then yeah, you're gonna be, if on average every center was 6'6", then of course a 7'2" center is gonna dominate. Or you know what I mean? Like, of course somebody who's a bigger guy is gonna dominate. And now on average in that era, they were smaller compared to and now they're more physical. They're bigger. I don't want to say they're more physical now, but in the 90s they were big. They were big man dominant.
What happens when in 10 years, right? Now the rim goes up to 11 feet. And the 3-point line goes back another 2 feet.
I think the 3-point line will go back, but I don't think the rim will go.
I'm just hypothetically though.
Hypothetically,
it's a whole different game then.
What I'm trying to say, I think honestly, like in this play myself, like I really think I'm spitting the most facts. when you look at
You think that
in all the total combination of everything, Bill Russell won the most championships, and you can say, okay, his era, right? He coached the team to a championship. Okay, his era. He played through segregation, the most racist time in the shit, as a black man, and still killed it. Still, okay, we're not gonna give him that. Scoring mad points, right? We're not gonna give him that either. When he came in, he was dominant. Now let's talk about resources, right? Kobe Bryant, blood doping, doing all that shit. LeBron James, doing all that shit. You can't. He didn't have the opportunity. He was wearing Converse.
let me just interject and ask this question.
Please, sir.
Would you say that Bill Russell's era could have beat an average, like if they had an all-star team in his era, would they have been able to beat a average team in the NBA now?
That's an unfair question.
No, it's not, because and that's the thing. It's
Jordan
not,
wouldn't be able to beat that.
No, listen. It's not an unfair question. I'm going to tell you why. Because you move the goalpost when it's needed, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you're talking about Bill Russell dominating an era where there were the game wasn't even that popular, and then you're going to sit and try to compare that to what they're doing now.
Yo.
And it just doesn't compare.
Bro,
and that's why
you crazy?
that's why I'm trying to tell you that, there are goats. No. This is why I'm trying to tell you that there are goats of different eras.
Bro,
please go to the comments.
Okay.
What happened when fucking Jordan tried to guard Iverson?
When Jordan guarded Iverson
put that man on his ass.
No, he didn't. That's actually not a fact.
Oh my!
That's not a fact. He never. First off, Jordan never fell. All right, and I'm not even the hugest Jordan fan, but when he crossed Jordan up, Iverson in an interview said, "You know what? I crossed him. I hit him with the hezzy. I crossed him, and then I hit him again. Boom! And then I took the shot. And the craziest thing about Michael is, and I quote, the craziest thing about Michael is that even though I hit him with my best shit, he still almost blocked me. So if you're on your ass, how can you almost block somebody? That was a dumb statement.
Not to mention, that was Allen Iverson at the prime of his career, and Michael Jordan at the end of his career.
Well, no,
yeah, they were crossing over.
Yep.
No, we're talking.
But what?
Because Iverson came in the league in '96, and Jordan was out by what, 98, 99? After that next three-peat.
Same shit.
Yeah. So it's just
Just saying.
Yeah, but Jordan
you're
bust
right.
Kobe ass.
You're right.
No.
Right. First off, let's talk about that real quick.
Let Brooke talk.
Because I can go on forever, but Brooke, go ahead.
So it's mostly James commenting on here. James Andrews, he's saying that MJ is the GOAT. He will always be on top. But then he posed an interesting question, which I answered in chat, but I want to hear your guys' answer first. He's asking if there was an auction for an Michael Jordan autograph or a LeBron James autograph, which autograph would you want?
Michael. Hands down.
All day.
100%.
It would be Michael Jordan. Yeah.
So
he's less, but it like
he's less to me. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He's less accessible. That's why.
Michael Jordan, he was such an icon for such a long period of time, I take that back. LeBron James was an icon for a long period of time, but Michael Jordan paved the way. He definitely paved the way, just like Magic and Larry Bird paved the way for him. And so on and so forth. So it's only natural that you go with Michael Jordan because first off, I grew up watching Michael Jordan. But I mean, LeBron James, I'd take his autograph too, but not over Jordan's.
Yeah. So I did have a similar answer to that. I said that like the nostalgia for the Michael Jordan autograph would probably be more of a want than the LeBron. However, for the masses currently, I think that the younger fans would be more interested in the LeBron, but generationally, you would definitely have a bigger age group and possibly a bigger mass, more than likely a bigger mass for the Michael Jordan. But I'd say the younger fans will probably say LeBron first, but I think the majority would go with the Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I think that like a lot of because kids have more to look forward to and look to. I would say I wouldn't say look forward to, just look at. Uh, it would be easier to grab like an attention of LeBron, like Michael, like I said, Michael Jordan is like very nostalgic. Like the dude like had like two wives for a minute, and he was like doing what he did. He just got married again. He's almost like a phenom. So I think that mysteriousness of Michael Jordan kind of brings you to like nobody really knows him. Like I've read like several books on MJ, and understanding who the man is very hard because he has like a almost like a very toxic uh alpha. I hate to say,
No, you're
but
right.
he has like
Go
a
ahead.
very
You're
toxic
right.
alpha
Yeah.
ness about him to the point where like I read stories about him like he wouldn't let people sleep unless he was able to get like a bet back.
Yeah.
Right. And when he was a freshman, like and he went to school with Lawrence Taylor, right, who was probably like one of the best, like the best linebackers in the NFL, and like Lawrence Taylor just dunked on him because like 4 players would play basketball, and like Jordan didn't let that go. You know what I mean? He would just like do things like that, and it was very like hard to be around someone like that. But I think like as a man, I would want to know more about that. And like LeBron's such an open book because he has to deal with like social media and things like we do now. And I feel like Kobe was the bridge to that, but he's not here anymore. God rest his soul. Like I feel like man, to lose Kobe was like super hard because I feel like he was going to be the middle, right? And he always talked about like not being like basketball not being the biggest thing for him because like and like I would even like myself like growing up a Kobe fan, like Kobe like wrote like he would like read children's books and like he had a podcast like about like growing up in sports, and I still listen to that shit to this day because like that's how I try to train my son, and it was like that was his shit, and I couldn't see Jordan doing no shit like that.
Well, I can't let you get away with the comment that you made about I'm circling back to it because I'm not gonna let you get away with that because basketball is my shit.
Yeah.
So you made a comment where you said Michael Jordan bust Kobe's ass, right?
He did.
But do you remember when Kobe started busting his ass?
Yeah, I do.
So Michael, if you ask who beat who more, then it's always going to be Kobe. And the reason why is because Kobe came at the end of Michael's career. And there was a specific situation where I think it was the end of the game, and I think the Lakers lost, and they were going to play them in like 2 more weeks. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody was shooting a free throw, and Mike walked up to Kobe, and he said, Kobe was wearing Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you know what I'm going to say. So Jordan said, you can wear them, but you can't fill them. And so Kobe didn't talk to his teammates for that 2 weeks.
Right.
He would come into practice and he didn't say anything to anybody. And so it came to the point where they were asking Phil, they're like, yo, Phil, is Kobe all right? Is he mad at us? Or is he, because even at that point, he was looked up to.
Right.
And I think this may have been just when Shaq, or I don't know if Shaq was even on the team yet, but Kobe, I remember Kobe came out in that game against Jordan, and he dropped like 50 something.
Right.
I think it was like 52 but I think he had 30 of those points or 27 of those points in the first half. He was just busting Mike's ass. And Mike just sat down and he's like, yo, I don't know what to fucking do with this kid. But that was respect. He was passing the torch. And I think that with Kobe, because Kobe was such a student of the game, he needed that. He needed Mike to do that to him, to ignite something.
So all right, let's bring it back to Play Myself show, right? Do you think that that's necessary in life?
I think that, and you would know this best because you are a leader.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You are a leader too.
Right, but I mean, you're a leader.
Oh,
so not saying that I'm
Dude,
not.
Stop. Let me finish.
Let me. No.
I gotta talk first.
No. Let me.
No. Let me finish.
I was trying to talk. I was trying to talk.
You gotta let me finish. I'm not gonna let you talk. Read this real quick.
Wow.
Once you put on,
I should just unplug his mic.
No, listen. Once you put sergeant stripes on, or even fucking whatever, you're a leader. That's just dead. Anything that anybody serves under you, once you put those stripes on, you're a leader. I hold you accountable.
So the thing about it, we've talked about this a million times, bro. A million times. And in order, it's not even that I'm not a leader, and that's not where I was getting at.
Okay.
All right. So if you would have let me finish, I would have been able to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, I mean, I'm a leader, but you're a master sergeant. You lead more people than I do. Is that not true? Is that not true? Yes or no? Sure. Yes. Oh, okay. So that's what I mean is that you lead people on a daily basis.
What's leadership?
Bro, stop with this shit. Stop with this. No, stop with this shit because you say Play Myself show every time that you say something messed up, but no, seriously, you lead more people than I do. That's what I'm saying. You would understand it.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
Okay. Right.
You can't ask me a question. Not when it comes to this shit.
What is the greatest?
Stop it. He's still asking me a question.
No, go ahead. I won't ask you. If you don't come to me answering this shit, it's like that.
Go ahead.
As a leader, right? What is your greatest? What should be your greatest attribute? What do most leaders? What's the strength of leadership? What is the underlying thing in leadership?
Understanding the people that are under you.
And or
what? Understanding the people that are under you.
What makes great leaders?
Jesus. Damn, man.
Not Jesus.
No, man.
Not Jesus.
Shit. That's that master sergeant shit. No, so I think that when it comes to leadership, you have to understand the people that are under you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And also you have to know how to lead them, how to guide them in the right way, how to lead that person to the, because people learn different ways. Okay. And so if I have one person who is going to need one type of way to be led and another person who needs another way that needs to be led, then you have to be able to change your leadership style or alter it so that you can ultimately get somebody to see the big picture.
100%.
I would say not.
He doesn't. No. You said what?
No. Go ahead.
Miles doesn't like to give people credit.
No, I give you credit. So it's not that. I'm gonna tell you this shit.
You have comments backing up what you just said too.
Oh, that's good, right? But I'm gonna tell you this thing, and the comments could either rock with me or not. In one word, it's like this. Many and Chief Sherman, who we go into People of Video this week, and he is retiring this week, and he has a retirement party that I can't attend. But one thing as a leader that he told me, and I learned this in school, was be a man of word and deed, right? So influence is a word that I will use, right? The greatest thing as a leader is I don't know what you take from me. is I am a person that walks the walk and talks the talk. So that's who I am. I have a, and this is what people misunderstand about leaders in general. It's like everybody has a life, right? But if I am who I am, and that's authenticity, and I'm authentic, that's all I can be to influence you, because all you can do is see what I do and say, you know what? I like this about this person, and I'm going to follow that. And then if I have an opportunity to talk to that person or see that person, it's like I could look at Kobe as a leader. I never talked to Kobe, but I say, damn, he got hard work in him. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when you, I'm just talking about when you have the power to influence more people, you're never gonna say what you just said. You're always gonna be a person of word and deed. If you do what you do, people will see that.
Yeah, but
And
everyone doesn't have the same. They don't learn the same either. And I think as a good leader, you you will sometimes see that in people and be able to alter a way so that somebody can learn.
good brother,
So
let me tell you this: everything is
holy shit.
interpretation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my fault. You talk.
Damn.
My fault, not because I just had 2 seconds to talk. But go ahead.
No. You've talked this whole
Just go
night.
ahead.
Facts.
Yeah, you've talked this whole night, Myles. I don't say much.
No, go ahead.
So the thing is that you have to alter how you teach someone. For example, I'm not gonna teach somebody I'm not gonna teach somebody who uh for example, somebody who doesn't have anything wrong with them, right? Who has an A average in class. I'm not gonna teach the same exact style as somebody who is autistic and has special needs. And so it's the same way with anything. It's if like me personally, like I give a lot of examples. I'm the type of person because when I was younger, I didn't get a lot of examples. So I want to teach somebody in a style where they are going to understand exactly what I'm saying. And that's that empathy where I'm like, oh, you don't understand? All right, well, you know what? We're going to make it work. However, we're going to make it work. And that's what I mean is that as a leader, you have to know your people and how they learn. And that's the way that you have to figure. Now, I'm not saying to baby them, but I am saying to understand how they learn and teach them in a way that they can understand so that they can keep up with everyone.
All right. So I'm gonna challenge you with this, right? Ask anybody who's ever worked for me, with me, or whatever, because they all teammates to me, right? I always tell people, my soldiers, whoever you would say, right? I'm the person learning because they're coming up. So at the end of the day, my job is it turns into management and building self esteem. They're the smart ones. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm raising leaders. So when it comes to like you're saying like yo training and teaching, that's dead. Nowadays it's happening too fast. So if you ever see anybody who's ever come in contact with me, you know what they're gonna tell you? Yo, he gave me a shot. It's a fact. I'm telling them, shoot, 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 shoot. You got it. Shoot,
Yeah,
shoot, shoot.
you give them that confidence
Right.
to shoot.
And
Yeah.
that's it. But I'm coming from a place of inspiration to the point where every single person that has ever come in contact with me, they like, yo, this person, like, yo, just show me. He might have twitched my shit a little bit, but he hit me with what I needed. So I say that to say this. It doesn't like that's what leadership is.
Your style is different than mine.
Okay.
Your style is definitely different than mine.
Okay.
And you know,
You was just telling me you wasn't a leader, so I was telling you what leadership is. And
so then why would you ask me what leadership was? If you're harping on that, right? Because first off, I never said that I wasn't a leader. I just said that you're a leader. And you said you're a leader too.
I'm gonna
so
rewind the
no,
tape.
rewind it because you're definitely wrong on that. I never said that I wasn't a leader. Mike, did I ever say I wasn't a leader?
No.
Never.
You never owned it, though.
I never said that I wasn't though.
Hey, you
I
never
said
owned it.
no. I said
stop. I said stop.
No, first off,
Hit the sound effect.
First off, it's because you interrupt me this whole show.
You got it.
So before I can get my answer out, or before I can, because I can't even remember what the fucking question was.
I got you.
All right.
Using swear words, that's pretty defensive, but I get it. All right.
Oh, you got a question?
No, you said rewind. So let me just bring this back so
Go
we
ahead.
can come up to where we came from basketball to leadership. So basically the comment was when Mo said something about how MJ said to Colby, you know, you can wear those shoes, but you'll never fill them, and how that kind of lit the fire under him to do better. Myles then countered with the question about, well, do you think that that's what he needed? Do you think that's what people need? So we got into leadership. And I just want to kind of break in here before it gets hostile. Alpha.
It won't.
And here's the thing. I want to be a tiebreaker and just say that I believe that, you know, both of you are right. Myles did make a point, as in, Mo, you did say you are a leader. He did say that. Okay. But he leads in a different way. And the reason being, I think that the best way to be a leader is to be able to teach someone to lead for themselves. Now, let me give you an example. Take a page out of Mo's book. I'll give you an example. We all played that game, Follow the Leader, when we were kids, right?
Not me.
Right?
Not played those like
that. Okay, so Myles sat in the
I
gym
never
in the
played
corner
those
by
like
himself.
Facts.
So anyway, most of us were taught to play Follow the Leader in school. There's a reason that you play Follow the Leader. The leader at the beginning gets to go and do whatever he wants, hop on one foot, go over here, climb the monkey bars, whatever. Everyone else has to follow. At a set time, the whistle blows, or just after he's tired, the leader goes to the back of the line, and then the next person then has seen the example of how to be the leader. But it doesn't necessarily mean that now that leader is retired to the back of the line that he's not a leader anymore, because now he has paved the way and now he's at the back supporting them. So that second person in line is now the leader, but he may zigzag across the swings or do something else, you know? So everybody does have a different leadership style, but I think we all play a part in leading each other into different places and pushing each other and giving each other that encouragement or inspiration that we do need.
Drop the mic.
I think he also forgot how to play red light, green light.
Hey.
Listen, I had a dad, and certain shit, my dad was like, yo, you don't gotta do that. That's just me. Like, follow the leader, shit like that. Like, my dad was my leader. My grandpa's my leader. My uncle's my leader.
All right, we get it, Myles. You're great. We get it.
No, it's not that I'm great.
You're
it's
fucking
like,
great, Myles.
Nah, it's like
you don't follow everybody's rules.
I don't show up to the shit like that.
Yep. You don't follow anybody. You just follow your own rules.
I just know how to do what I gotta do.
You came out of the womb and you were a fucking leader.
Nah, never.
Oh yeah.
Nah, bro.
That's Myles.
That shit on the wall, like
Myles was
I
a leader.
went to school for leadership. I love understanding what it is.
He came from a long line of leaders.
Facts. That's a whole fact.
And he just at 2 years old, he was just leading.
Talk heavy, bro. Talk heavy. That's a fact, son. Like, yo, you gonna give me that shit? You gonna hit the air horn, son? Cause, yo, that's a fact. That's what I came from. Yeah, that's what I came from. Like, I'm telling you this shit. Like, yo, I'll tell you some funny shit. Like, yo, my father, right? He always like hits me with this shit. Like, my father's birthday is like on October 9th, right? I think, right? I want to say 9th, right? And he always wants me to buy him like some like $400 pair of shoes type shit, right? And I'm like, yo, dude, you got so many fucking shoes, dude. And he's just like, I don't give a fuck. Buy me them shits.
And you buy them?
Yo, he's like, I'll fuck you up. Yo, that's the shit. Yeah, I buy them shits.
I wouldn't buy them shits.
Yo, you don't have a pops like my pops. So, like, if you do that shit to my dad, right? So that shit, yeah, he'll come here. Then he's on some shit like, and he's old. So he's like in his 60s. He'll come here and he'll be like, yo, fuck you about your boots. He put his gun on the table. He said, yo, you want to go for the gun? Type shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I grew up different, like shit like that, and he'll do some shit like that, and he'd be like, "Yo, when you needed $1,000, when you bought your first house, whatever, I didn't do that shit for you." And then it's a lesson like that. You dig what I'm saying? Like my parents, I think I got dope parents. Like so.
Yeah, but you're the same. So you're the same person, right?
Mm-hmm.
That like if you were looking for, you know how you said that you won't if you got money, right?
Mhm.
Let's say that you had $1 million,
Right.
right? And something have, God forbid, you drop that tomorrow.
Yeah.
You wouldn't give any of that to your kid.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I would.
And so, with that being said,
He had a
like,
whole mother.
Is your dad the same way with you?
I don't know. So I don't want to talk about that with my pops.
Mm.
I wouldn't want that for my pops.
No.
Yeah, because I got a sister. So I'm like, yo, give it to her. I'm a whole man, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in love with my wife, not my son. You see what I'm saying? So, like, if my wife is alive, she get that. She could take care of my son. All of that kid shit, like, my son could be an asshole for all I know. I don't know who he's going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that shit could be a big ass mistake to me. So that's like building a fake legacy. I fell in love with his mom. I hit that. What's nothing that?
Oh,
She gave me that.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Facts.
Reckless.
But that's my baby.
Reckless.
No, his mom's is my like his mom's is who I fuck with.
Right.
It ain't him.
So if
he's my responsibility.
But if something, oh, that's right, you watch Fences.
Yeah, that's my shit. No, Fences is my shit. Yo, that's one of my favorite movies.
You watched Fences.
Yo,
I gotta watch
my
that,
son is my son is my responsibility.
Yeah.
Anybody got any hip waders?
No, my son is my responsibility. His mom, that's my love of my life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, if worst came
if something happened to her though, you know what I'm saying, and you had to leave your money to somebody, would you leave it for your kid or no?
I'll leave it to my mom's.
But what happens if your mom wasn't there?
I'll leave it to somebody go closer. Yo, bro, I'll leave it to no.
I'll never give another man money.
I'll leave it to, listen, I'm not, bro. Like, yo, look, Edgar Gallardo, his godfather, I leave it to him. Heather Ruder, leave it to her. I trust those people.
You don't trust your son?
No, my son is 2 years old.
Right, but
you fucking trust 2-year-old?
When he gets older, though,
it don't matter, bro.
So if he's 22 years old, you're not gonna trust him. If he's 30 years old, you're not gonna trust him. Are you not? No, are you? If he's 30 years old, would you trust him?
I don't know. I only fucking deal with absolutes, bro. I trust Edgar. I trust Heather. Now and forever.
Moving the goalpost.
Moving that to those are his godparents.
The goalpost.
And I trust his mom. I trust his grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah, so
Max, I love you, but I don't love you like that. You are my responsibility. He know that shit. I bite that motherfucker. Like, yo, when my son bleeds, he cuts himself, I say, lick it. That's you.
That's disgusting. Brooke, go ahead.
Right.
So, Myles, if you need someone to leave that money to, Fred Trunzo is asking if you need to link up and get his social security number from him.
Tell Fred is a good guy. And Fred is a motherfucker with 100 kids. And he'll tell you this shit. Not 100 kids. Yo, Fred got a lot of kids.
I thought you for real.
But no, bro. And he knows. And Fred kind of, like, from what I know of Fred, and like we kind of think the same way. He's not going to leave it to any of those kids. He's trying to get my money because he's that type of dude. But he knows it's his wife, and then there's a whole bunch of other motherfuckers before he gives it to those doggone kids. You will have regrets with that. Just saying. And I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm telling you, I know Fred for that.
Saying he's got summer kids?
No, he has biological children, but there's more than 1, 2, 3, 4. But at the same time, that's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not leaving my kid money while they're adults here. That's how kids squat. Like, that should have ended up on my son's nose. Fuck that. I'm not saying that my son could be a drug addict or whatever, but
I didn't get a dime from my parents.
You shouldn't.
Ever.
And that's why you're successful.
Well, I mean,
This
it
is
makes
my
makes you work
opinion.
harder.
Exactly. This is my opinion. My parents helped me out a lot.
It's funny too because like I don't look to my parents for I don't try to like ask them for money. Like I'm almost embarrassed.
You got an ego.
No, it's not. It's not.
Nah.
It's
I ask my
not.
mother for money all the time, and my father. Fuck it. I said, Dad, I need 1,000. I need 2,000. Give it up
Who you do?
all the time.
Yeah, no, not me.
I'm a
I
piece
won't.
of shit.
It's not
They
even.
they
No.
got to tell me no.
Would you listen? Damn.
No for
Shut up. God. So I was trying to make a point. So I don't ask my parents for money like that. I couldn't do it, and it's just, I like the struggle a little bit. It's not until it's absolutely necessary, and I remember there was a time where I had to move back home because I was working a job where I was making money at the job, but I wasn't making enough to cover. I was just barely scraping by.
Right.
And so I think my dad recognized it. And so the cool part about my dad is like
I want to laugh.
the cool part about my dad is like he won't say anything. But the moment when I have that, like, hey, I'm going to ask for help, he's like, oh, yes, finally. Like, I can see it in his face. So when I said, hey, Dad, I'm thinking about moving back home, and he's like, yes, let's go. We're going to get your things.
That's crazy.
And so I knew that he'd been waiting for me to finally just, because I've been struggling, and he's like, all right, yeah, we got to get you a U-Haul. Let's go. Hurry up. Let's get it done.
So look, if you call your father right now on the phone, what do you think his first words are gonna be?
Good evening.
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I call my father right now on the phone, you know what he's gonna say?
No, because I don't know your dad.
What do you want?
He gonna say what? He gonna say, you ugly motherfucker. When are my boots getting here? Straight up.
Yeah. My dad has conversations with me.
Yeah, no, my dad does too. I speak to my dad every day. He called me just to check in. He called me, he said, yo, I walked 6 miles today. What did you do? I said, yo, my back is fucked up. He said, yeah, sound like a female problem. Tell me some shit like that. But my dad's a military man. You see what I'm saying? But again, I call my pops right now. He be like, what the fuck you talking about your shows live? Fuck that show. Did you put the number in tonight? Type shit like that. It's bullshit, but like that's how it could be different.
Yeah, it's definitely different than
Yeah,
my
right.
relationship with my dad.
Yeah, for sure.
He ain't like that.
Yeah, my father's hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see my father knock motherfuckers out, and I had to pick my pops up from jail in his 50s, late 50s. He probably never did no shit like that.
Never needed to because my dad was fucking. He wasn't out knocking people out.
Yeah,
he didn't need to.
Yeah, I got you.
There's never. What's the need for fighting?
But if you call my pops
What's
right
the
now,
need for fighting?
but listen,
what's the need for fighting?
It's ignorance, right?
Okay.
But if you call my pops right now and be like, yo, I'll be like, yo, Dad, most fathers say he could beat you in ball. He'd be like, how tall is he? I'll bust his fucking ass right now.
Yeah.
My dad's a ball player. He would come out here. And motherfucker would take a train out here and play ball. And he's 66.
Yo, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You don't have to call him. I don't believe it.
Nah.
Don't call him on a show.
One thing about my dad.
Wait till.
No. One thing about my dad.
Wait till
if I call him, he always pick up the phone.
I almost want to hear what this thing's going to go like.
Let's do it. Talk heavy.
You sound like a 70s porn star.
Let's talk heavy. How tall is your dad?
My dad's not playing ball. Tell him I'll play him in ball.
I like to be more like a 70s porn star director. You know what I mean?
Watch that shit.
Gross.
This is funny shit. Maybe you're not gonna pick out.
My dad always picks up.
I'll
Yeah.
say this:
My dad, if he don't pick up, he go.
while my parents made me work for it early in life, I'm happy to say at the end of their life, I'm able to help them out and provide for them.
Little B.
Leave your message for.
Oh,
Yep. He put you to voicemail.
nah, that's a fact. He didn't do this.
Oh,
What's he
damn.
gonna pick up?
Yeah, he did.
Nah, so,
He said, "Yo."
If you got called more than once,
yeah, that's a fact. Maybe he probably at work.
Nah, he don't want to talk to you.
Nah.
He said, "Yo."
All right, yo, I think we
and we only about
We
2
just-
hours in. At
yeah,
this point.
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
James Andrews out. He said good night.
Good night, love. We out as a show.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you for supporting.
Love.
Definitely hit that like button.
Bang bang. Thank you guys. Hey. Yo, this the vocals, the whole shit sound good. I'm just